Hello, this is Dr. David Greene. I'm coming your way, sharing some thoughts on leadership. I want you to sit back, relax. Next 10 minutes, just want to share a little thoughts on the importance of leadership, especially in this day and age where our attitudes and our thoughts really need to be making sure we're taking care of the people that we're responsible for and who's working within our fold of our organization. Duality is when two things can be occurring at one time. Peace in the United States, war in the Middle East. The most important thing in life is to be able, as a leader, to see the good things that are occurring within our company and then understanding the things that could be gathering that we don't know about. Enjoying our people and being there for them is very important. It's necessary that we take time to have meetings, get to know our people, so they can tell us the things that are occurring within the fold. If you allow me for a few minutes to talk about Winston Churchill, he has a 6-volume set called The Gathering Storm. And one of the things he talks about is after World War I, everyone was excited. It was the end of war and all the things that had occurred, and there was a chicken in every pot, grape in every vine, and it was just this magical time. But broken, defeated Germany was arming for an assault like we'd never known before. Our businesses are much like that. We can have great attendance and not hit production. We can be hitting production and not have great attendance. We can have people who are disgruntled because everything looks really well surface wise. But as leaders, we have to invest in our people. And if you allow me to break down the importance of people. When you're dealing with life decisions, you come up with people, events, decisions, and results. You can't get away from people, but we expect people to be kind, nice, courteous, understanding, fulfilling. Uh, but the axiom is sometimes people can often be sinful, selfish, and often in trouble. Not only that, but sometimes. And then when you're dealing with people, you have events. We would expect be able to show up for work on time and people to go out there and do all these amazing things for us. But then when you're dealing with, especially in production, those 35 and a half years of UPS, trailers running late, snow, all the unforeseen things, as leaders, we have to navigate that. Those are those gathering storms that we prepare for. And then when you're dealing with people in those events, you have a decision to make. You have a company who wants to make sure you're making production. You have a company who knows that if you don't make production, you're not making money and the importance of that. And then all of a sudden, you get the results. And those results are of various kinds. It can be where people lose their jobs because they're not hitting production. People are making decisions because they're rushing to work. And as leaders, we have to make sure that we're always honest and that we're transparent and we lead with integrity. But you can't do that if you're not taking time for you. If you're constantly fighting the barrage of life and leadership and running the organization, you're going to miss something. And most of the time, you miss the things that are important. Most people say, I can't wait to have this 1 week off. And they come back and they're miserable and they're stressing. I want to encourage, take time, those few minutes that you enjoy and do something for yourself. We go to the gym and that's all good and dandy. But I'm talking about take time, whether it's reading, whether it's relaxing. I know I was on a business trip last week, and I had the pleasure of riding the new Amtrak Acela. I love train travel. It was a short ride. It was inexpensive, but it was so fulfilling that when I went back to the session the next day, I was telling people, and they just said, man, you were like a little kid, David. And it's true. I didn't need a week vacation to put a smile on my face. I just needed time for myself. And when you're going through these challenges and business and that, don't wait till tough times come to make decisions. Read widely when things are good, when things are quiet. Spend your time around people who have the same vision that you have. It could be different organizations, but they have the vision to want to pass through and leave a legacy of knowing that they're doing their job so well that the living, the dead, and the unborn couldn't do it any better. So as I wrap this all up and I put a big bow on this, hopefully it's a good bow. Most importantly, be aware as a leader of the gathering storms that are happening around your organization. So have weekly meetings with your team, or sometimes daily. Check in on them. Your team will tell you what's going on, and then you can help address them. And then the cool part about it is that you're building trust with your team. And then also be aware of people. People need help. They need hope. And you have an opportunity to give hope. I call it a hope transfusion. And how does that hope looks? That means that as more you talk to them, the more they're going to be able to trust you and share and bring real concerns. And then all of a sudden, they're not just transactional. They're helping to build that future. There's a story where there's two guys who are cutting wood, and they start at the same time, they end at the same time. The one guy, he would take an hour break, and the second guy would continue to work. But the guy that took the hour break was cutting more uh, trees down and having more lumber than the guy who was there for the whole 8-hour shift. And finally, the guy with the 8-hour shift, who notice this guy continues to have more lumber than he does at the end of the day. He said, "Why is that happening?" And the gentleman politely said, "I went home to sharpen my axe." That means that he took time to sharpen his mind. Leaders, take time for yourself. Sharpen your mind so you can do more and prepare for the unforeseen things that are happening within your organization. You do that, and guess what? Your legacy is bigger than just transactional. It's going to expand. So whenever you decide to retire and move forward, the people you are training are stepping up to take off where you left off. Thank you for your time. It's Dr. David Greene signing off. Big smile. Thank you.